Good afternoon, Adam.
Good afternoon.
So nice seeing you. So nice seeing you.
Same here.
So, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. So, whoever is watching, and if you are watching for the first time, my name is Helmuts Meskonis. I'm the founder of HostMaria.com, and we do different various live streams about different IT topics, mostly topics related to business that we are doing, me, you, and Adam, and others are doing online. And one of my favorite topics are domains. I'm a Sunday domainer myself, and we have an expert, Adam Dicker, who has seen it all. He has been in the domain Hall of Fame twice, and this is your chance to ask your questions, and we will put them up on the screen for Adam Dicker later on. Maybe if the guys will make it, I will be joined by two British domainers, professional domainers, by Sam Charles, if he can make it, or Colin Smith, owner of Flip.uk. Good evening, Adam, once again.
Good afternoon from me and good evening to you.
How's the weather in Canada?
Today it was a little rainy, but it's nice and hot. It's probably about 23, 24, so it's nice. It's very nice.
Sunny?
The pool is being opened next on Thursday of this week, so it's nice weather.
Oh.
So I'll be able to show it on camera. I'll move my webcam so you can see when it's open.
Is your pool heated or does it heat?
No, it's heated. I remember when I went to Phoenix, they used to tell me they used to put ice cubes in their pool to cool it down. Okay. Here we actually have a heater, so no, we heat it up to a nice crisp, I think about 80 degrees, and then jump in like a bathtub almost.
So in Canada, you actually take those ice cubes out in the morning, and then you heat it.
Yeah. No, luckily there are none, but people would have you think that there were ice cubes already, and that we can't have swimming pools here, so who knows.
And today, later on, we'll be also reviewing a domain portfolio of George. So George has sent in domain names. Adam hasn't seen them, so please wait, and then you can let us know what you think of this domain name portfolio. How was your last week, Adam?
So it was actually good. I noticed that sales are starting to pick up a little bit.
Yes.
I was kind of inactive in the last few weeks. I've been buying more than selling, as you're aware. And then I sold a domain called Parkour, Parkour.ca, which is like a French word for jumping, running, and all these activities and things
crazy,
like that.
Fabulous beasts, yes, running around the cities.
So it sold for the asking price of $8,500 US.
Okay, and is it? Are they using it already?
I haven't looked. That's their problem. After they buy it and pay for it, I don't look. I will look now that you asked me, but probably they may take time to set up a business plan, or maybe they just no, it's actually up and running.
So what
they've got a magazine.
Oh, magazine.
Parkour magazine.
Wow.
Fashion.
You can share the screen. You can share the screen. Let's have a look.
Let me share the screen.
That is a beautiful domain name. That is a beautiful.
I think it's good, but listen, I got what I want for it, so
yes,
I can't really complain. I'm sharing. We'll switch to this window. They obviously are just in the middle of developing it.
Yes.
So, but they're looking at doing something. So they're definitely it's all under construction. But
of course.
I mean, I'm not sure they knew if they were going to get the domain name beforehand or not. So I don't know, but they have a business plan, hopefully.
Where was it listed?
So this was listed at Dan. They just basically came in and hit buy now.
The safest way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it eliminates. See if somebody comes in with a good offer and it's priced at $8,500. Who knows what can happen? If you don't take the first price, people can always lower or raise their prices depending on what they decide. So.
Have you ever seen the domainer raising the price?
Absolutely.
Seriously?
Absolutely. And
that's horrible.
I'll tell you, I've learned on a very recent transaction where there was a domain I wanted. It may have been $3,000 or $2,500, and I said, okay, I'll give you $2,000 or something like that. And next thing I know, it was at like $10,000. So.
Okay.
People change their. See, people have the ability. If you don't take the buy now price, they have the ability to change it higher. And in this case, they changed it higher, and I happened to switch domains to something else that I wanted. But if I'm trying to remember correctly, it was something like domain master course or something, or master classes or something
Okay.
like that. And the guy just changed it on me, and I walked away. Like, I was close to his asking price. I guess in hindsight, I should have just hit the bin.
Okay.
I didn't, and then he wanted higher, and instead of trying to get extra money out of me and thinking, oh well, maybe it's that, and maybe he'll pay 10 grand for it, I just walked away and said, screw you. So
How do you feel as a buyer?
I could, I look at names all day, every day. I could care less if I don't get a certain, unless I really have something that I want to do with it. It doesn't really bother me, but no, it's a way to show that an opportunity, a hot lead is lost. Somebody who has the money to buy a domain name. So you may want to think about it if you actually put up a buy now for a domain name. But at the same token, he could have lowered it and accepted my price. I took a chance instead of hitting his buy now, and I don't know if he would have followed through with it if I just hit the buy now. I believe it was on Afternic, if I recall correctly, and could have gone either way. So don't fault the person. I should have just hit the buy now and got it.
Yeah. Or maybe he just had a different price in his mind and had updated the price elsewhere and left it. Although who knows?
Yeah,
I
could
would,
be.
I would feel bad actually. I would feel a bit offended.
So I would think it's a domain that he hasn't had a lot of action on.
Yes.
And then maybe he thought that he had somebody who's interested, and now's the time to jack up the price. I don't know.
So,
Either
buddy,
way,
if you are
he's still
watching,
sitting with it.
Lower the price now.
Well, or keep it close to what it was on the buy now.
Okay. Bill is saying good evening, and whoever is new here, so you can leave your comment either on Facebook or YouTube. We also stream on Twitch and Twitter, but only YouTube comments and Facebook's comments, we can put it up on the screen and we'll forward them to our guests. So here's the thing. Hi, take my domains to review. Thanks. Well, you could approach us this way. Of course, good evening. Please send your domain names to Helmuts at HostMaria.com. Helmuts. So let us say, yes, up there in the corner, there is my first name. So Helmuts at HostMaria.com. And yeah, there are no fees, nothing, no donations, nothing. We are most happy to help you out. But please do not send more than 30 domains, please. Thank you. And then maybe we'll review them next time. Absolutely no problem. Rich's Domains. Good day from Arizona. First time.
Nice to see you. Oh,
Very
first
nice.
time. Nice.
First time caught the stream live.
Well, hopefully you're back again after this one. They're usually
What is
pretty
your-
good.
Do you know the person behind it?
No.
Rich's Domains.
Nope, I do not.
That is an ambitious handle.
Well,
what?
It's Rich's Domains. Now he has to turn it into Rich's Cash Flow.
So, Mr. Rich's Domains, or Miss or Mrs., what is your best domain name? Go, shoot us. So, shall we look into the domain portfolio of George?
Sure. I haven't seen any of these, so.
Okay.
Oh, miss.
So
it's a miss for Rich's Domains, she said.
Joe. Good evening, Joe. Okay, so let us go. And here is the main portfolio. I met George today on Clubhouse. It is really interesting that there are so many domainers, and the domainer community is really huge on Clubhouse. My suggestion, go to Clubhouse. You will find amazing people there, really amazing domainers. So, and here it is. Here's the list. Adam hasn't seen it, and bang. Shall I make it a bit larger?
My eyes aren't that bad yet, but that certainly helps.
Okay.
I'm not that old yet. Getting there.
Not yet. Okay. So, gas supply gas.supply, chart.trading, b2b.loans, instant.claims, spin.poker, kvr.co.uk, acca.club, that's gambling domain, tokens with z.co.uk. What is that? Okay, gut.co.uk, double T, adultmagazine.co.uk, aphrodisiacs.co.uk, hydrogenbattery.co.uk, rentalcottage.co.uk, and melania.co.uk.
So I usually am a tough critic on domain name portfolios, and I give straightforward and honest advice. But I can tell you that having never met George and never seen this portfolio, George knows what he's doing with GTLD domains. He's getting them to match up properly with what the GTLD is, and it makes sense. Gas supply sounds like a good domain name. Chart trading is good. B2B loans is good. So he's getting business to business loans. I mean, that makes sense. That would be those are all very good domains to build out. Probably B2B loans out of the top three would be the best to build out, because I'm not sure what you do with gas supply. Spin poker is good too. It's gambling related. He's
Yes.
got a good 3-letter, kyr.co.uk. So I don't know how much of his portfolio this is, but this is a pretty good little portfolio that you're showing here. I mean,
And this,
go ahead.
yes, and it is very clean as well, yes?
Yeah, but it's smart. It's somebody who's using, like, you're not getting like, I don't know, hydrogen loans, or I mean, you're getting like B2B loans, business to business loans. I mean, besides B2C, B2B, C2C, these are great things. Short-term dot loans, things like that. Pay loans, payday loans would be great. Those are good domain names where he's using his head. Most people just register anything they can think of and don't relate it to the GTLD. So he's doing a good job with it. Chart trading would be good for stocks, obviously, would be good for stock tips. Instant claims, there's lots of revenue and stuff like that. So that's another domain. These domains would also look really good no matter what pages you put them on. But B2B loans would be the name I'd probably build out so far. And then he's got a couple that are just acronyms. I'm not sure if he knows what they are, but he knows they have value. KYR, GUTT could be lots of companies. He's clearly in the UK because of his portfolio. Rental cottages is nice. Aphrodisiacs could be a site. Adult magazine. There's lots of them that could come after that. This domain portfolio is pretty good. I would even say that B2B loans is a really good high value name because of the product and because it's a loan. He should be able to get 10K plus for that domain name.
Okay.
It's a good
one.
So
B2B loans, 10K plus.
Yeah. Probably instant claims, the same thing. Instant claims would be 10K plus. Spin poker is a big industry. Gas supply is good. I just don't know who the buyer would be or what you would do with it. I mean, you could show different gas stations and prices and things like that. You could do a site like that where it could show for each country. I mean, that could be a big site. But instant claims, B2B, spin poker. I mean, get an affiliate set up for poker and set that up so you can get your spin poker going.
Put up a white label. Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
Yep.
Do something. There's lots of revenue in that. I've set up all kinds of casino sites for people before, sports gambling and casinos. They're all based in Costa Rica right now, by the way. And they make good money. The thing that you don't want to know,
the UK ones, if you want to offer them for the UK crowd, I understand that George is in UK. Then mostly those are British companies with British based businesses with companies registered in Malta, Gibraltar, or Isle of Man.
Yeah, I just know that when setting them up, you could set a maximum win level of like $1,000 and a maximum lose level of like $5,000. So it was never really fair on how they set them up in the back end. So, but you could do something cool with spin poker. ACA Club, I don't know what ACA is. He says it's a gambling domain, but I'd have to Google it to see what ACA is. Tokens, I think he means, is that NFT space he's trying to say there instead of NF
yes,
space?
Or NF. Yeah, it seems to be NF space, but tokens.
Tokens are like an NFT thing, or a ICO, coin offering.
Tokens are in the same field as cryptocurrencies. NFTs would be in the field of art, digital art. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean that's good. Gut.co.uk. It's a good, again, could be anything. It's a good 4-letter. It's pronounceable. Yes. Adult magazine has to be at least worth a few $1,000s, probably $5 at least. Aphrodisiacs is probably, again, a $7,500 site because people know what an aphrodisiac is. And if you lined up with some products, you could have just, if you wanted 3 or 4 or 5 products and sell them all day. It's a good domain name. Hydrogen battery, rental cottage. I mean, you could do a directory of all the rental cottages by city in the UK.
So what about the hydrogen battery? Hydrogen battery or batteries?
Most people will need 1. I don't think they're going to need 3. I honestly, I don't know enough about hydrogen batteries, so I'm doing what I would normally do.
Well, I'm
looking
actually surprised. I didn't think that hydrogen has got batteries. Hydrogen is a different technology.
So hydrogen battery.
They go in cylinders. They are compressed in specific material cylinders, and that's a compressed gas or something. Hydrogen, but
yeah, it's a fuel cell to convert energy stored in the hydrogen back into electrical energy. But people look at them as hydrogen batteries, so they may look them up wrong. But it's got a search volume of 3,600 people a month. So it's got search volume, so it's good.
And rental cottage.
Rental cottage is a good domain too. Like I said, we could do a directory, or he could do a directory for it, and set up every city in the UK. Obviously, it's just meant for the UK, but there's lots of different cities and sub-cities that he could do there. And Melania, he's telling us what it is in brackets.
Yes,
we know what it is. I mean, she's the first. I'm sure it's a very popular name since she was the first lady. So probably eventually somebody will want Melania. It's obviously a great name.
Absolutely, and this name will be used more and more. Absolutely. So what do you say? Which are all of them keepers?
Yeah, I don't see anything here that I would want to as a throwaway. I mean, but George is going to have to. No, I don't think I'd throw that away either. But George is going.
Even the Z. Okay, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, but George is going to have to build some of these out. Like some of them, somebody may see the value in B2B loans or gas supply, but they're not going to see it unless it's built out. Somebody may come and offer him $1,000 or something for one of those domain names, but he'll get a lot more if he builds some of them out. But there's some good domains there. He should be proud of his purchasing, and he's not buying junk. So unless he left out the junk when he sent over the list, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I met him. He seems to be a very, very, very smart guy. Very smart guy.
Well, he's buying GTL to be smartly, so that's the way to do it.
And that is the. Yes. Also today on Clubhouse we had a quick. Well, I started it about XYZ. I just cannot pass it. When people get too excited, I've got this XYZ, that XYZ. Come on.
Well, I've told you, I know people have gone out and bought 1,000 of them because they were cheap, and now they're just holding the 1,000 of them, and maybe they'll get an inquiry.
Or even free.
Yeah. But I don't know anybody except a domainer that's going to ask to buy one.
But then, yes, I think yesterday, the guy's name, I think, what was it, Yung Li or something? The Chinese guy who owns lots of two-letter domain names. Yung Li, I think. I kind of exchange lines with him times by times. And he has number 7.xyz.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, if you have a single character of anything, it's better than having a long word that doesn't make sense. But it's not going to be as popular as having 7.cn or 7.com or 7.ca. I mean,
but still, 7.xyz is good.
I wouldn't buy it. I mean, it depends on the person. I don't know what I'd do with it. I mean, why would I buy it? Just to hold it? And what would I price? What does he price it at? Do you know?
I don't know. I did ask.
Yeah, there's other people saying that they've.
Waza is here. Okay. I want to be a domain millionaire. Bang. Waza, you are a bit late. Good morning. Or good evening. Okay. Let us see what are the questions. Okay.
Is Waza somebody we know?
I don't know. Sometimes I think maybe that's Sam.
I thought it could be. Yeah, I thought it could be Sam or somebody because I don't know.
So maybe we could be right. Yes.
He wants to be a domain millionaire.
Okay. Bill actually says rental cottages. It is a rental cottage, so singular. Do by the counties, not cities. People will look up Devon cottages, not so much. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It is an interesting one, yeah.
See, in the state, they don't use counties that much. Like Hillsborough County is a big county, but it's got Tampa Bay in it, so most people would look for Tampa Bay rather than Hillsborough, I believe. I don't think they use counties as much in the U.S.
Okay. Tom is asking.
So he's asking about the automated software, not the domain expired tool. Tom, it's always ready for you. We'll have to talk after the show, but it has been used and working.
What is that marketing software doing?
So it basically goes out and pulls out leads based on whatever the domain name is. It looks up companies in Google for acronyms or for other names that are used in the domain name. Like it'll look up all the, chiropractors in Toronto, and it'll go to Google, it'll go to LinkedIn, it'll go to a few other databases and pulls a list of leads together, and then it does emailing out.
Okay. And it will be available for...
Yeah, I don't plan on making it publicly available to anybody, but people that took the masterclass will have access to it, or will have access to it.
Okay. Okay. So at least we know that Waza is British.
That must be Sam.
It does sound. If it is Sam, I know that you went shopping today, so... Okay. And Waza said, I purchased. Okay. It does sound like Sam. Yes. Okay. No problem, Sam. Have fun. Okay. And here is another one. Roger Gonzalez. Hello. Good evening, Roger.
Roger, I know.
How has been the week or last weeks in sales departments, in different sales, in the worldwide sales? In the journal, there are some interesting...
Yeah, there's some interesting sales I was looking at. The top one is there's a lot of three-letter.coms looks like they're selling. Yes. And some of them are selling for really good prices. Like the number one, ODC, 57,000. I mean, those are 3 great letters. Could be anything. But there's some good names in there.
And interesting that it was bought at NameJet.
Yeah, and I just looked at it. It's still on a park page by Network Solutions, so
okay.
Nobody's changed it yet. It's surprising about the second one, though. CasinoApps.org for 42,000 on a .org. That's an interesting sale.
That is a really, really interesting one. So probably they squeezed out the maximum setup.
Yeah, but that's a really good sale. I mean, for the seller, yes. For sure. I mean, that's probably, and it's a GoDaddy landing page, so nothing there yet. It's amazing how much money people spend on a domain name and they have no idea what to do with it till they get it. And then they get it and it takes them months to build it out or do something with it.
My Hooper is the same, absolutely the same. It still uses my name servers. The domain got transferred and I'm letting it just redirect through my system. That's fine.
And then there's a few other .coms that sold. Somebody's buying them up. JPR and DNZ or Z. DNZ.
Okay. DNZ is good.
So, I like DNZ.
Yes, DNZ is very good. Yes. PFP.
I like
that.
PFP. I don't know.
And here you go. And Sedo was involved.
But that was an XYZ on PFP.
Yes. Letter 1. No comments?
No, I mean, if Seda was involved, Seda was involved.
Yes, then boss.
So, but lots of orgs this one. There's another org at number 7, kidneyurology.org. That's very specific.
Very strange.
Yeah, that's because urology involves the kidneys. Why do you need kidney there as well?
That sale is very strange.
Yeah, that's a weird one. But look, there's a lot of, it's like 6 of these are 4 letters or 3 letters. So it looks like the acronyms are picking up all over the place. But 2 orgs in the top 7 is ridiculous, but okay. SAPI, SAPI.org, or sorry,
yes.
.com, and yes. MRGE. I mean, I think self-healing went too low, if you look at that one.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's too low for that name. And I'm sure Joe would agree. Self-healing, Joe, at $25,000 sounds too low for me. It sounds like a really good deal for the buyer. I mean, everybody believes in self-healing these days, so.
Do you think that self-healing is more valuable than SAPI?
Sorry, then which one? Yes.
SAPI. Really?
I do, but I don't know what SAPI stands for, so. But self-healing, you know exactly what people are looking for when they go there. It's very easy to have books or programs or even yoga or whatever you want to do. It's really good. I mean, it's a great domain name. It's like Body Language, the one that I sold. Self-healing tells you exactly what's there.
What about Cubics.com?
Yeah, I looked at that. I don't really know what that is. I mean, it's got to be the name of a company. It's interesting.
There is Cubics Rubik, yes.
Yeah, but I don't think that would be it. That's kind of like a trend that.
Yes.
When I was about 12, it was a big trend. Now it's 40 years later. I don't think it's so huge. But it's interesting to see. Now, if you look at Cubics, you can see it's about blockchain and metaverse. That's what they're using it for. Now, they've got a site that's already done.
Okay.
So this one is interesting. It's building the metaverse interface layer of blockchain. So that's what it is if you go there. I mean, that's worth 40 grand to them for sure.
And they are building it on .com, so not allowing anybody to steal their traffic.
And it's a nice looking site. Like you'll like the site if you look at it. Cubics has a new presence. Learn more right at the top, and that's I guess where they switched the domain name.
Okay, so they have upgraded the domain name.
Yeah.
So they have raised. Oh yes.
I mean that's a good looking site.
Absolutely.
And they changed their domain name. I'm reading the upgrade, so it says learn more about what they did. So yeah, they did some good stuff.
Of course, and NFTs instead of photos. Yeah.
Oh, they got a big team too. So I think they probably built a company, and then did exactly what we said. They upgraded
raised some money, and then upgraded.
Yeah.
And this is a real blockchain purchase, not some.
And if you want to look at SAPI is also a developed, upgraded site. Okay. SAPI looks like it's financing for sellers. It looks interesting. It's a SaaS platform. So these are companies that knew what they were doing.
Embedded financing for sellers. Okay.
And then MRGE, it's Merge kind of, but it's still still on a parking page. But it looks like Merge. It'd be interesting to see what self-healing is doing now.
Okay. And SAPI is British company. Yes.
Yeah. So self-healing, nothing yet. It's going to a page that basically doesn't exist, but it's coming soon.
Okay.
So there's some good ones there. Let's see about affinity.xyz. Let's see what that is. Oh, it doesn't resolve. That's shocking. pfp.xyz. Let's see if that resolves. No, still on the Dan landing page. So it says Sato and domain booth, but it's sold through Dan. That's interesting. pfp.xyz.
Okay.
It's a Dan landing page, so it's sold through Dan, but it's got Sato and domain booth there. So interesting.
What about stm.co?
stm.co. Yeah, I don't. I mean, listen, SCOs have traffic, and they've got some good brandability now. They've been out for over 10 years.
Well, they tried to push them.
They tried.
They did their best.
It also gives you a browser error when you go to it, so they haven't done anything with it. Okay. But interesting. I don't mind New Capital. I think that's a good name at that price at 24,000. I think that's probably undersold. It's a good. That's probably a company that already existed too and upgraded.
Yes, under that name, yes.
I would guess so. But then when I go to it, it says the site can't be reached. It doesn't even resolve. There's no DNS, so they're still figuring it out. Pet Rock Capital for $20,000. That one's interesting. I don't. Pet Rock Capital. Oh, it's already got a site on it. This was looks like it's a WordPress site, but it looks like they've got.
It redirects to Pet Rock Invest.
Yeah, so they upgraded too. Yes. So why would you buy Pet Rock Capital and redirect it to Pet Rock Invest?
Yes, and they are probably all they want is to get Bedrock. That's it.
Yeah, but exactly. So why did they take Pet Rock Capital and redirect it, thinking there was some valuable traffic there?
So
I guess we'd
somebody
have to look at archive.org and see what it was.
So somebody just buy or find the owner who owns Petrak.com, and now you know that company is buying domain names to improve their
Yeah.
brand.
Well, they probably bought this one because they couldn't afford Pet Rock.
Probably.
Bailout.xyz is a company loans for your NFTs with liquidity pools. Interesting. This one actually looks like a decent site on an XYZ. So interesting. Yeah, there's another one down here that's pretty good too. Solar installation. It's a pretty good domain name.
Okay.
Probably worth 20K. 15K Geo Software, that's also a good one. Because Geo Software could be for anything. There's a GG in here, pivot.gg for $11,000. That's surprising. Oh, I can tell you something else. I did get a call from Dan about a domain name that I no longer have.
Yes.
It was a .vc that somebody wanted, so I didn't know it anymore. Somebody picked it up. So there's something in here for $5,000 that somebody bought. It's a French word for mushrooms.
Oh.
Champignon.
Champignon. Okay.
Which is mushrooms. $5,000. That's a pretty good domain for $5,000 if you growing mushrooms. Well, it could be like mushrooms like drugs. I don't know what it is. Or it could be real mushrooms.
Really, is French word for mushrooms champignon?
Yeah. Well, trust me, I know my French.
Of course. I always thought. Well, champignons are what do you say? Not a breed, but one type of mushrooms only.
Well,
So,
maybe you're right about that, but I just remember it was in school they taught us about mushrooms.
yes.
Trying to see what else here was a good deal. There's a lot of crap in here. I got to be honest. Like, how does Famarn Faring Wawang sell for $3,700 down here at the bottom? I don't know what that is. Sounds German, but I don't know what it means. There's a dash in it too for $3,700.
Yep.
Fiber Pros is a good name though. Fiber Pros for $3,500, probably good. Vibe Sports sounds like it's probably an upgrade. There's a NFT Sniper 2,800. There's some good names in here.
That's a nice one. Yes. NFT Sniper.
See, somebody bought this one. I don't understand this one. It looks like pamperme.com, but it's missing the E in pamper, and they spent $2,200 on it. So I don't know. I don't understand that one. And then there's co-2.com for $2,000. So some interesting stuff in here. And then some lower ones down at snap names like newcarforsale.com and interesting names, that's for sure. Like used trailer probably got sold too cheap. Used trailer on NameJet for $3,500. I know Mark would like that one. He's not here. Even this Coasts, COASTS, coasts.com, $3,700. That's pretty cheap.
Joyhunter.com, 4,100.
But look at something like bath rugs. You could sell all kinds of bath rugs at bathrugs.com. $2,000, $2,100. So it's amazing how, like, even wasting.com, commercial waste and stuff is a huge industry. Wasting.com would be a great brand for that at $3,300.
Joystick Games.
Yeah.
.com, 2,464.
There's a lot of names in here that sold for way too high, and some that sold for way too low. Like, look at Pool Guy. Pool Guy, $3,800. That's a pretty good price on that name.
Yep.
If you want to be known as the Pool Guy, that's a good name. I'm looking at materialhandlingsolutions.com. $2,000. I mean, some of these are just, I don't know. Listen, a lot of people have money and no brains, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, did I like them?
Yeah, if they like them, good for them. Like Canaverse.io sold for $10,000. The problem is Problem is
Yes.
people are going to go register canaverse.xyz and everything else because they see it on the sales chart. It's not the same. There's some good names on here, though. I think Cubics is the most impressive, though, as far as site goes that we saw on here.
Yes, Cubics is a real site.
Yeah, that's good. Some good sales. Good to see the industry is getting some good sales.
Okay, and the question is, where are you getting these prices from? Okay,
Oh.
and I will post here a link, and here it is.
See, Joe says great domain for sure. Like that natural healing one or whatever it is. It's a really good domain. Self-healing. It's great, honestly. And you know what you have to do with these lists? When you see a good list like this and you see self-healing, I will right away go and look selfhealing.ca and I'll look at some of the other ones and see what it is. Even if it's a bailout.xyz, I'll go look at bailout.ca or whatever's local to me so that you can see and you get some ideas. You can't possibly think of everything. So.
And then there is a name, Marcius. Marcius.com for 3,000. That's in Sedo. Marcius.com. How many Marciuses are there? Oh,
Probably
Marcius. Well, 19 million results.
That's a lot.
Oh my God.
You look at that. I'll look up my petrock.com and see what that's worth.
So what do you say? Marcius.com was sold for 3,000.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked at it, to be honest with you, but I did look at petrock.com. Yeah, this is never going to sell. This is like, they're on Amazon in a cute little box. And they're like, go to Amazon and buy them with a link. You know how much a pet rock is? $30. I wonder what the margin is on that.
Okay.
It was like mood rings. Those things used to be a real thing a while ago. People would think their mood was reflected by the ring that they were wearing.
So these are some interesting sales.
Yeah, it's an interesting list this week for sure.
Okay, and then there is vpn.group.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was pretty good too.
15,000.
I mean, I think it's a good name. I don't think it's worth $15,000. Like if you had like, I don't know, almost VPN network or something like that, I think that would be, even network is part of VPN. I think it's still better than group. But if they call themselves a VPN group, then there's nothing better for them, I guess. And now you should go and check VPN Group and see if we could get it and sell it to them, because obviously they'd want to buy it. So that's how you have to work backwards with these lists. You have to look and see. Now, we know what they spent for the .group. Now let's see if we can get the VPN Group for, yeah, it's a landing page. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. So you can easily go and get it for less than they spent, probably on $15,000, pick it up and sell them the .com. And I bet you lots of people on this call are going to do just that. Try to see if they can hook them on the com. That's how you work both. Some places shorten and some places get a name that they just think they can't ever get the .com because it's taken, so they don't try.
And also, did you notice prophecy.com?
No, I missed the prophecy.
So prophecy.com, it is prophecy 10,501 on Namejet.
I mean, that's probably a good deal for that name. Oh, I see it. Is it spelled right though? It's with an S.
Is it still? Is it?
I think it's a C, not an S. So that would make it not such a good prophecy.
Oh yes. So misspelling. No.
Oh no.
No.
It looks like it's right.
Well, there are results in both.
Oh no,
yes,
there's
the
two,
proper one. Yes, so that one. So
it says here, prophecy with a C is the noun, and the verb is prophecy with an S. Who would know that? I wouldn't know that.
Exactly. Who would know that? So probably when you buy a domain like that, you need to have both S and C. It is unusable for the emails.
It's very difficult. Like to think, I don't know many words that I would think like that are spelled differently based on a noun or a verb with one letter that long and like a 9-letter word or whatever it is. That's interesting. That's the first time I've seen that.
I just recently saw that somewhere in archive. That do you remember we were talking about acquisition.com?
Yeah.
About the guy who keeps Alex Ramosi, who keeps or Hermosi, who keeps advertising it.
Yep.
Smart, and very nice guy. And he was saying that he missed marketing.com, and it was for sale for 5.4 million or something. And then I did check out, and there was some report that marketing.com was actually sold for 3.4. All this time they had a buyer for 5.4, who probably still up to this point wishes he had marketing.com instead of acquisition. Can you spell out acquisition.com, Adam? No?
Yeah. AQ. Oh no, I forgot there's a C. Wait a
Bang.
minute.
That's it.
No, I would go AQUISITION. I wouldn't put a C in there. So no, I guess I can't spell it.
Bang.
That's why we have Google. So
yes.
Just going back to Prophecy for 1 second. Prophecy with a C has 301 searches a month, and Prophecy with an S has about 40,000. So obviously you want the C more than the S. It's almost 9 times as much.
Very, very nice.
I still like this VPN group and going back and trying to get vpngroup.com and trying to sell to them because I think it's a pretty easy sale. But we'll see.
Then today on an at name bio, there is a report. BK, so 2 letters, B and K, .world got sold for 10,000 US.
BK.world. Well, we don't know who bought it, and we don't know what their purpose is. I mean, I guess it could be a travel company.
And Sedo.
So who do you think would buy something like that, and why?
BK.world. There are so many versions. There is traffic. Landing, not landing. Parked. It is still parked. Yes, and even not so. But the competition is huge. There is global. There are so many. So many versions.
It's amazing to see how many names are sold every day, and some of them, like, I'm looking. You got me over to the name bio for a second. I'm looking at some of them. I see BK World. I see. There's some weird ones here. EnglishFirst.org.
Yes.
I mean, these are places where people have the traffic. Like you're looking at GoDaddy, you're looking at buy domains, and there's a couple of drop catches in here. But you can see these are places that get the traffic.
Mm-hmm. What about 4 numbers 8035?
So those are numbers that aren't bad luck to anybody. They're not bad luck in any language. So that's why there's no 4, there's no 9, there's no 6. So that's why it's a good name. So it's sold at GoDaddy. I think depending what they want to do with it, I think it's too high unless it means something in a language. Like 8035, maybe it means something.
About English first, I would highly suspect maybe if you could look up quickly in archive.org. Maybe there was a forum, or it just seems that domain had some traffic. Has some history. Is it the case?
I don't know. I'm going in now. That's the reason why a lot of people buy domain names.
And it doesn't matter. Is it .net or .org? If there was a big forum, yes, there are lots of backlinks towards it from different sites, from magazines or.
Yeah, I don't see anything yet. I'm looking now. Okay, yeah, it's been around since 2008.
Okay.
Oh no, before that, started in 2000.
Wow.
So let's see what it's. I'm looking at 2005 to see what it was.
And does it have lots of points of archives?
Yeah, it's got lots of points, and it's got
the more points, the more active it has been at that time. Yes.
You'd be happy to know it's got lots of cities listed on here for Lithuania, Indonesia, Chile, Poland, Vietnam, and China, but English teachers and English first. So it's got a big history. I'm on 2005. Let me get closer to this year.
Okay, so it is definitely an SEO domain. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to 2018 now to see what it looks like. Those must be big changes.
People pay crazy amounts for SEO domains. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, this one. These guys may have changed their domain name, and that's why it's no longer there. Why they dropped it. I'm just going to look. I want to get it before it was like a park page or a drop.
Somebody's rubbish is someone's someone's gold.
That's the way it always is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like it was a big site for people learning English and teachers, and it was like all over the place. I don't see. Okay, so here's another thing that it was in 2021. Adventure awaits, teach English abroad, and it was take part in life-changing adventure, gain international experience while earning full-time salary. Nice looking site. I don't know why they let it go, but this was, and they have teaching
Well,
jobs and all kinds of stuff on here.
COVID hit.
300 training centers across 60 cities.
Very nice.
In China, Indonesia, Russia. Well, I don't think I want to go there now, but it's a nice looking site, I got to say.
Well, this is a business that actually could be wiped out by COVID.
Oh well.
If they didn't have cash flow, then.
I sent you the archive.org link so you could look at it.
Yeah, thank you.
But it's a nice looking picture. It looks good. It was a good pickup.
Yes, just judging from the URL, it seems that it wasn't about that name. It was about history. That money paid. It's 4,000.
Yeah, but it'd be better if somebody picked it up that was going to use it for education or teach people English and do an affiliate course for it, because they have good traffic there.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Talking about traffic, today I have to admit I've never heard of above.com.
Oh, really?
Australians. Seriously, yes.
Oh, that was a long time ago. So that was, he put that out. Same guy that runs Domain Tools, I believe. He put it out a long time ago. It's
so, and there was a guy, senior broker. I think Nathaniel was his name or something. I love Australian accents, and the domain is magnificent.
Yeah, this has been out for a long time. It's been out for probably like 15 years at least. I mean, I remember it from early days. And it's the same. I mean, the logo hasn't changed much. There's still lots to the site, and it's a great domain name.
And they see him as a proper big business as well. So there are many brands, probably different organizations within.
So this is owned by Trillion.
Yes.
And it was registered first in 1997. So it's been around a long time.
Of course. I was asking Nathaniel how many domains are there under his control or something. Was it?
We can check. You can just check by when they're using Trillion name servers. You can just do a reverse DNS lookup and find out pretty quick.
Okay. Hi. Somebody is impatient. Really, really impatient. Usually we don't do that. Let us.
Oh, he sent email sent for domain review.
I understand.
Make an appointment early tomorrow morning. In the meantime,
let us see. So somebody is really, really impatient.
Somebody's busy watching the Amber Heard trial.
Okay. Yes. So, oh my God. Okay. What do you expect me to do with this list, buddy? Okay. Shall we put it on?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
I don't need any.
Okay. Okay. Here it is.
I don't need any preparation. We're good.
Screen.
This proves we don't have a clue ahead of time what the names are.
Okay. So here is, yes, Nitin Aurora. Yes, Nitin. Okay, no problem. Here you go, Nitin. Let me remove the
banner.
Yes, the banner. And these are actually images, so it is not in a text file.
Okay.
Okay, thanks a ton. Yeah, you are most welcome. Okay, thank you, Adam. So.
All right, let's start. Backache treatments, it's a decent domain name because any domain that solves a problem is a good domain name. It's probably not worth a lot, probably maybe worth about $1,500 in that area. Best Ev Care, I think he wants best ever care in that one. Biographer.net, it's interesting. .nets don't usually sell, but it's a decent one word. So I'm sure you can get something for that one. Buy FPV drone. I don't know what FPV is. I'll have to look it up. Buy, sell, scooter. There's an extra E in there for sell.
But sell less, yes.
So there's an extra E. Buy, use, oh, e-scooter. That's what he's trying to say because of the
Okay,
e-bike.
yes.
Buy, sell, e-scooter. Buy, sell, e-bike. Buy, used e-bike. So that's a
Okay.
decent name. I mean, you could sell, but you have to build a whole classified directory to get it sold.
Yes.
Drone art services, drone footage.in, drone racing. Oh, he's into drones, obviously huge. I don't know what all this SIG is. Oh, never mind, I'm being dumb. Drone racing, let's go back. Drone racing simulator, drone racing fantasy. I mean, there's some of these are okay. Drone racing contest is probably good. I have a friend who's probably on this thing now who her son does drone racing every weekend and flying and all kinds of cool stuff. EV charger cart, EV, Express. Yeah, some of these aren't really great as far as.
Drones Bazaar, this could be something.
No, the English is not good. The Drone Bazaar would be better than Drones Bazaar.
Okay.
It's the S makes it hard to pronounce. Fantasy drone racing, finance tips, a lot of .nets and .ins. Stick to com mostly. I'll have to look up gratification.net. Okay, so greatcontent.net is a good one. Probably one of the better ones you have in there. Greatcontent.net. I mean, you could sell content on it all day. You just got to get a brand and build a brand for it. But it's one of the better ones, even though it's a .net. Mining Bitcoin. Oh, this is a look at that one. That's a hack.
Hacks. Yes, domain hacks. Yes.
Yeah, I like that one. I got to say that's smart. In this case, it's smart because it's a good one. Be hard to sell, but it's still a good one. Nutrition Hacker's a good brandable. Not bad. Premium specs, that could be for anything. Pre-owned e-bike, again, that's like your used e-bike. So he's covering bikes and scooters quite a bit. Repair drone, that would be good. Obviously, I'd prefer it in a higher end TLD than .in, but it's good. Yeah, a lot of INs.
Good. There are two things, Adam. If I may ask you. So let us separate good from the side of I can develop it, or are these resellable for decent amount, more or less decent amount?
So
we can see he has lots of domains.
So I would say because he's probably from India and there's a lot of
Yes.
Indian domainers, I think he'll have no trouble selling repaired drone, but it's not going to be for a high price.
Okay.
But he's got decent 2 words around drones that he could sell, like repair drone. I see twice on the list now, maybe 2 screenshots. Repair bike, those are double lists. But I mean, he can sell some of those. I don't know how big e-scooters are. I know about e-bikes, but I don't know about e-scooters. Streaming ticket, that's an interesting brandable, if it's a thing.
Yes.
Could be for a hybrid event or something like that. Pre-wedding shoot, it's pretty good. So I think he's got, I don't know much about this guy, but I say he's pretty intelligent, but I would say he may or may not have a huge budget to buy some of these domain names, but he's getting the best that he can for the dollar he's spending. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
So,
of course, but people.
yeah, I mean, he looks like he's buying some stuff based on knowledge, and he's got a lot of experience in that field, so they're not bad names. But some of them he's going to have to sell for lower prices.
From my side, please be careful with the numbers of how many domain names you have. You will need to renew all of them. And once those renewals come, you will wish that you had fewer but better domain names.
Well, that's when people start to filter down their portfolios and panic because you've got whatever it is, $1,000 in renewals, and you haven't made anything off the domain name. So yeah, he says he's invested $1,500 till now, so he can definitely get that back from that portfolio. So that's why I said he's invested a little, but he's optimized. He's optimized his spend, and I think a lot of those names, if you put them in some of the Facebook groups, like the drone ones, you'll get some sales for them, even for a few $100, and get your investments back.
Okay, so what would you say then about it? In short, is it okay?
So I would say that the Bitcoin hack that he's got is probably worth the $1,500 that he spent
Okay.
on the whole
Mining
portfolio.
Bitcoin,
So
yes.
yeah,
Okay.
because I think it's smart. I think it's good, and somebody's going to want it. So that's overall what I'd say.
So
Talk about
the main name could get the money back.
yeah. Talk about getting a live appraisal. It's great.
And then as for the rest, it is
I don't see the list. He's got some that he can get a couple
yes.
$100 for sure, but he spent his money smart. Well, let's
Okay.
put it that way.
Okay. Yes, and just from my perspective, I'm very cautious. Nitin, yes. You spent so today you had 1,500, and you said, okay, that's fine. I will invest them into domain names. Next year, the same time, you will need to find 1,500 for these domain names. But if you manage to sell it, of course, to get your money back for the whole portfolio, that's good.
I think he can do that.
Yes.
He says, thanks a ton. I'll sleep good today. Good.
Okay.
That wasn't to make you sleep, though. That was an honest appraisal. You've done a good job.
Very good. So, do we have a list? Do we have a list of domains that are? Oh, actually, yes. So whoever wants to do something, Adam. What about these two domain names of mine?
Okay, hold on. Let me open this up big. What are you doing
UN.
with my eyes? There you
Let me
go.
make. Yes. UN dot UN -s.com and xx-l.com.
Yeah. What were you thinking
Long
when you
stretch.
got these?
I got them cheap.
But what were you thinking that they would be good for when you bought them besides to resell?
Nothing. Just resell.
Who did you think would be the audience for it?
I bought them for so XXL. I think I bought for $20, like $50, $20 something, and then UN-S, maybe even handrich, not handrich, maybe 10, $20, something the same.
Well, I think you're going to get probably what you put into it back.
Really? Yeah.
I don't think they're great
You
domains.
you can be harsh to me. Yes. No,
No,
that's
no.
fine.
I
No,
just
these
don't.
are three-letter domains with a dash. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them. I'm a fan of yours, but I'm not really a fan of those. I think you'll get some money out of them, but I don't know how much. XXL obviously would be better as a shirt
Yes.
size or something like that, and that may be what people are thinking. XS, I mean, things like that have brand abilities, so who knows? But well, for a reg fee, I don't think I'd buy them.
You wouldn't prolong them neither, yes?
No, I wouldn't prolong them.
No.
How long have you had them?
XX-L, I've had it for maybe half a year, but UN-S, yeah, for a while.
Yeah, you're gonna have that for a while, I think.
No problem.
But
No problem.
maybe, who knows?
I'll keep prolonging it. I'm sure somebody will come and you just buy it now price.
It only takes one person to come.
Exactly. $400, $450. Yeah.
It could.
Ding ding. Buy it then.
I see our friend Jiblob is back.
Yes.
I don't know if I want a picture of him in the bath or what we need here, but just a headshot, buddy. I mean, I believe he really is in the bath. I think he's having fun.
Yeah, of course. So what about the domains? Dropping domain names. Have you got a list?
So I don't have a list this week because Google's been changing their algorithms quite a bit, and a lot of the tools are. So just an example, I think it's deleted domains. I forget which one. They no longer offer any numbers on CPC or Google traffics because of what's going on with the numbers change. So expiredomains.net, sorry. So people are like scrambling, wondering where they're going to find their list from. So you can't sort the way I've told them to before from what has a high CPC or what has a high Google traffic or what's high as far as ad competition. So they're going to have to figure it out. But they put an announcement out, and I know a lot of people weren't happy about it online. The site for me is almost useless right now without that stuff. That's the only reason I ever went to the site. But there's a few others that show some details, and we'll see who adapts to the algorithm changes and the API that Google has changed fastest, and that'll be the one that gets them. Maybe a good time to buy that site, because I tried to buy it before and he said he wasn't interested. Well, maybe now that he can't do anything with it, maybe he'll be interested. So a lot of good other stuff in there, like archive.org stuff, but nothing that I care to look for to see value in domains.
So, have you noticed that Alexa has ceased their services?
Alexa hasn't been a real item to me for probably like 10 plus years. It hasn't really been a, yeah. I mean, it was always.
I did use it on a daily basis.
I used it for research early on, but not in the last 10 years or so.
Just a quick one to have a quick glance. What is going on? Is there any traffic or not?
But the good stuff was when they did it by country and you could see the top sites in certain countries. Yes. I'm pretty sure that's how I found a couple two-letter.com sales that I made, was finding out the companies that were big in other countries with the same initials and stuff like that.
And then they also showed similar sites.
Yeah, but honestly, I haven't used it in quite a while.
So they probably couldn't monetize it, or nobody bought them. That's strange when services like these disappear.
Well, Overture was the first one that disappeared. Remember that? GoTo.com and Overture, and there were a few others back in the day that disappeared. I'm trying to remember them. There was one where and they probably still have it now, where you can see everything that everybody is searching for at the time, and it gives you real-time stats of what people are Googling. And you could use the regular version or the adult version. It was always fun to watch what people search. And you could click the tag cloud if you saw something that somebody searched that was interesting, like Abraham Lincoln or whatever. You could just click it and go see the same results.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember the name of that one. It was a long time ago.
Okay, here it is that you see this one. Live appraisals are the best.
I don't mind them.
Which is domains, agree, Delroy. This is great.
Yeah, I have no problem with them.
And David Hastings says, you can still sort on expired domains by CPC.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it through Global, and I see a lot of them have nothing. Like, some of them still have numbers, but a lot of them are showing very little as far as CPC and comp. But I'll check my settings.
Okay. And Gvlob is saying, I have changed. Charge my car and charge your car.
Yeah, these are good. These are good domains. I mean, my son is bugging me now. He's not bugging me because I got to pay for it, but he wants to go get an electric car. He's 27. He can get his own electric car.
I thought your son was settled and everything was good for him.
Oh, he's a teacher.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about, he's a teacher. He makes good money every year. So, but if he can steal some extra help from dad, he's happy to do so. So he's the one who's going to get engaged, and it'll remind you of those square diamonds you were thinking about the last time.
Oh God, I still remember that.
But Charge My Car is going to be this is going to be a good domain name. You can sell the car charger pumps. You can do whatever you want as it starts to gain. Obviously, with gas prices the way they are, it's really influencing a lot of people, and it's changing what some people are able to do. Like, you may not be able to get certain things if you're spending money on gas to get to work, but the future is going to be electric cars if gas prices keep going up and up. The problem is there's no cars available here right now, gas or electric. You have to wait 3 months right now if you order a car in Canada.
Yes, it is quite similar here in the UK. And Bill says, Adam, go and buy him.
I don't even know what it is. I'm afraid to Google it. I'm afraid to Google it because Bill probably knows his cars. He was looking at a Tesla, so we'll leave him there.
Okay. Well, I've heard some really dangerous stories of some friends of mine are big fans of Tesla, big fans. And one friend of mine, he's all over. He's such a Tesla fanboy. And then I recently met this guy who manages servers for one of the cryptocurrency exchanges. And he said that his mom or his dad or something like that went and bought new Tesla. They took it on a highway in the UK. And the wind blew off the roof. And the guy is quite introvert. He's not the one who talks and talks. And then after starting digging in, people are actually saying that Teslas have huge issues with quality. Huge issues with quality.
But I don't think it has to do with gas. The roof fell off. That's quality.
And that is not just an issue with quality. How is that possible?
I don't know. What's
Well,
funny is I googled what Bill told us about Scale Extric or whatever it
okay.
is. It's actually model cars. It's not a real
Well,
car. So that maybe I
okay.
could get him, Bill.
Okay. So yes, Bill
But no, the
says yes.
Tesla.
Track track model racing services. Yes.
People are still gonna want electric cars if gas. I mean, I don't know what it's
Of
like
course.
there, but we're at $2.02 a liter. I mean, people complain about $5 a
Those
gallon.
are those are Canadian dollars.
Yeah, 202. So it's pretty high though. I mean, we're paying a lot of money. Philip went from about $50 to about $90. So it's a lot. So now when I take the kids' cars out, I fill them up for them to help them out.
Come to Europe. Come to Europe.
It's a lot cheaper. You're probably still piping in the Russian gasoline somewhere.
No. It is a bit more. Tiny bit more.
Oh, it's worse?
Yes.
Uh, that's why people work at home in this industry.
Yes, and definitely it is time to upgrade the cars. Yes.
I'm starting to feel like I'm on probation because the only time I go out is like to work or to get food. Otherwise, you end up coming right to home. Like you're on probation. You're a prisoner because you don't want to spend the gas.
Are there any sales you are working on, Adam?
Sales? Well, yes, my wife has me working on a few. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
She's still working on that. If not now, when? And her
okay.
theory is good. It's like we're all healthy, we're good. You raised all these millions and millions of dollars in assets. If you don't do something with them now, or do something with one or two of them at least, what
Yes.
are we going to do? We're going to wait till we're old and sick, and the answer to that is probably no. So I'm starting to buy into it. So I'm starting to buy into the fact that in the next year or two, I may actually sell a few domains, but not many, just a couple.
So approach is sell, honey, sell. Let us enjoy.
Well, she doesn't understand the
Yes.
value of the domains, even though I tell her 1,000 times. She doesn't see it unless it's money in the bank. Then it's no value. That's the way everybody sees them. Until you're either spouse, whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. But until it turns into money in the bank, they don't understand what you're wasting your time with. Generally.
Have you got a plan on how many domain names do you need to sell a month or a week or a year, something like that? Any numbers that you are trying to reach?
Not really. I just do it. I do a monthly and a yearly spreadsheet, basically analyzing cost versus sales. Usually sales are higher than costs pretty much all the time. So as long as that stays high and happy, I'm good. But yeah, some months I could analyze all of it and tell you how many I need to sell a month. How many times I need to ring the bell, that would be a pretty good one. Maybe I'll see if I can do that for next week, but you never know what something's going to sell for. You never know. You could say you need 20 domain sales, but that would be 20 at what, 5,000, 10,000, who knows? And then you have a big one sell for 200 and it changes everything. And you just ignore the 200 or 300 one and you just keep going on your usual pattern and take that as an odd thing that happened. You don't count it because otherwise you're just going to, people will stop working. They made enough for the year, they can go swim or relax by the beach. So every day is a new day. That's why the bell was invented for me.
And Rich's domain says $4.59 US in Arizona. That's per gallon.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is it? I think it's about 4.2 gallons or something like that. That's quite a bit.
And your price was per gallon or per liter?
Mine was per liter, 202 per liter.
202
so
per liter.
We'd have to compare, but yeah, I mean, gas prices are high. I mean, they probably were about $2 in Arizona before. So everything's up everywhere, and there's not much people can do about it, unfortunately.
Well, you can seriously get the cheapest flight, fly over to Europe, rent a car, fill it up, leave next day, and be happy. Be happy for the next year. Whenever you fill up your car.
I could get a bunch of those little red containers and fill them up and put them in the garage and hope there's no explosion.
Okay. Anything else interesting on the domain field?
No, it's been a busy week. I'm hoping this is a busy week. We'll see what happens, and that's about it. Nothing new.
I'm waiting for presenting sponsors to finally to Yes, we are keeping exchanging emails and here and there. And just maybe 2 hours before, I received an email, and there was sponsorship inquiry on the main summit. I was like,
There
okay,
you go.
good. Here we go. I opened it, and a guy from the same company who are taking already presenting sponsorship.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it was somebody trying to sell you logo
No,
design or something.
no. It's not the same guy. So it is the saying when the right hand doesn't know what the left hand does.
That's okay. As long as one of the hands pays, it's good.
But no, it has been confirmed by their CEO, and the invoice has been passed.
Great.
And I don't think it is correct to announce it yet on the live stream.
No, you don't have to, but
Yes.
congratulations.
Yeah. Well,
Good to see progress.
Yes, and they are good, They're the main. We can talk about that next stream.
No problem.
They've got a fantastic business plan, absolutely fabulous, and they paid for their domain name. Oh my god! So that is a topic for the next time. Absolutely.
Well, they'll want some promotion after they pay the invoice, so it's all good.
Yes. Well, what they paid for their .com. We can talk about it. That will be an interesting topic next week.
No problem.
Okay, Adam. 1 hour 12 minutes already in. Would you like to promote something?
No, I don't have anything to promote. I'm just happy to be here, and I always enjoy chatting and sharing with the people, doing the appraisals, just having fun. It's always enjoyable.
Yes, and a reminder to everybody. So in London, in the very bottom, there is a ticker or a text. It keeps running. So 2-day event, the main event, and the tickets are free. They're not paid anymore as there wasn't much interest. And every day, every morning, I make sure that there are 10 free tickets available max for a day. So please go follow these links. I have made them short, bit.ly/domain. I think was it domain to London DN, let us see. Yes, bit.ly London DN and then 1, and bit.ly London DN 2, and you would get yourself to the Eventbrite page, and you can reserve your tickets for the first or for the second day. The drinks will be free, the basic food will be free. Just come and eat, drink, network, and talk domains. The main place. No master classes, nothing like that. If we come up with something, we will see. But it is the main event is coming to London. It will be this August 22nd and 23rd. Thank you. Okay, Adam. So how does the next Monday look for you?
Looks good. I always keep it open.
Okay.
I like what somebody said though. Much to learn. Looking forward to next week. Very relaxing and very laid back and enjoyable. That's about how it is. Sometimes it feels like we're just talking. It's enjoyable.
Well, we are. Can we actually share at least the number of 2-letter domain names you bought last week?
Yeah, we can share.
Just a number.
I forget the number. I gave you access to the account. I think it's 46. I don't remember. Is that right?
I don't know. These are your domains. So 46.
I think it was 46. I have to look, but we're still going. So who knows? 46 so far.
So we found something really, really interesting. CCTLD 2-letter domain names are still out there. And sometimes you can find a country that has 30 million people, 50 million people. And Adam, and instead we were buying stuff from Iceland or Greenland.
Yeah, with what, 5,000 people, 10,000?
Yes, in Greenland, but 65,000 people or something. Yes.
Yeah, actually, you mentioned Iceland. That surprises me with that song contest that just happened, the big European song contest.
Yes.
Ukraine was favored to win, and they ended up like 4th. And I saw on 60 Minutes here, they showed that Iceland was trying very hard to win, and they really wanted it, but they didn't come close, I don't think.
Well, I can say
the UK won.
Well, I lost 3 bets with friends of mine. My friends said, no, Ukraine will win. I said, no, come on, that's impossible. Come on. Of course, we understand that you need to support Ukraine, stuff like that. But there are 32 countries or something like that in Eurovision, and even Australia.
Yeah.
So our Australian watchers, what Australia is doing
Yeah,
in
it's not
Eurovision?
fair when you can be a continent and a country. It seems to be an unfair
Exactly.
advantage.
Or does it mean that Australia wishes to join the European Union?
Maybe.
You're most welcome.
I think everyone wishes to join for the song contest.
Yes, and so I was celebrating, and we saw the UK going up, and Ukraine was somewhere in the among the top 7, something like that, countries, and then so the voting finished, and then there was some public vote.
Yeah, that's what Bill's saying on the side here.
Bang!
UK won jury vote, but the public vote was won by Ukraine.
Yes,
So,
absolutely. So they got
who knows?
460 votes, something, and immediately went. But Bill, don't you agree? The song, the British finally came up with something promising. Although, with all the respect to Jesus, I saw the guy. He looks like Jesus. Come on, that song was copy of so many things, but still a very very nice song.
All right.
Adam,
So
if
good.
somebody wants to contact you, the best way
Yeah.
to contact you.
Through any sort of text app or through Facebook or through LinkedIn. I respond to everything except nonsense inquiries that I get from strangers who ask me if I want this or that. It's not anybody who watches the show I'll respond to. You can call me at 416-884-0535 or text me at that number, WhatsApp me at that number, or hit me up on Facebook anytime.
And the Facebook group?
The Art of the Name. You can look for it. It's facebook.com and then look for The Art of the Name and you will find our Facebook group, the hidden one, and get into it. And if you need access to it, you can message me and I'll get you the link. But it is searchable.
Very good. And what about, are you doing some courses?
Right now I'm relaxing, no courses at the moment. One of the ones I am going to do eventually is a how to find those companies that need to buy the shortened domain names and how to sell them different names that are related to them and how to shorten them and how to get those GTLDs to them as well. That's why I'm still paying attention to that domain we were looking at earlier today about getting that com and selling it to them as an example. I love live examples.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for submitting your domain portfolios. Usually, if you wish for your domain portfolio to be reviewed, please contact me. That's Helmuts on top, helmuts@hostmaria.com. Send me your list or hit me up on some forums, and I will prepare it on a separate Google sheet. And yeah, why not? Adam can have a look. Maybe Sam, if Sam is here, Colin, maybe somebody else. And meanwhile, I'm trying. I'll be looking for more domainers to join in, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see where the live streams go. And of course, happy domaining, and do not spend too much money on the domain names. Be smart, please. They are professionals. They know what they do. Do not try it.
Do not try this at home.
Exactly. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.